What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Bex Bikes SG, bringing you today another video and recording of me practicing my Hayabusa, as well as practicing my video editing skills. Today I'll be riding in C mode because I'm just having a feel. So I started the bike and the bike starts in A mode, so I have to press the mode button on my handlebars to get it to go into C mode. Okay, seems alright. I don't know if I can tell a difference just yet. Anyway, this audio is being recorded using my DJI mic mini, and the video will be recorded with an Innovv K6 unit. What do I mean by will be recorded? Is because I don't actually have the dash cam yet, but I think that's the unit that I will get, and today I'll talk a little bit more about that. So the Innovv, there are a couple of options for me at the shop that sells the cameras, and I think I'll go with the Innovv K6, and here's why. Looking at the other units, I think it's like the K7 or maybe the N1, I don't remember the exact model number. I had to write down a list of things that I do and list things that I don't do on the motorcycle. So here's what I do. I go to work daily. I park in a secure location. I do not get to travel long distances, go on tours. And that is because I have little children, so I want to spend my time with them instead. And I find that the features available on those other units are just a bit too much. So for example, the Innovv K7, it has the front and back camera, of course, and it records in 2K both front and back. Great. And it has other features like GPS, parking sentry mode, apparently it's called. I'm not sure of the exact name. And so it has a DVR, the recorder for the video itself, as well as the SD card housing, will be stored under your seat. You can store it wherever you want, but the unit that does all the recording itself takes up space. And they recommend that you store it under your seat. But honestly, I don't think I want to be opening up my seat each time I want to grab the SD card out of my recorder. It's a lot of work because on the Hayabusa, the rider seat needs the hex keys to open up the rider seat. It also has other features like sentry mode. What it means is if the bike detects that it's been knocked while you're parked, a recording will take place. Sure, that's useful, but I don't think I will need it. I'm probably just going to accept a few scratches here and there on my motorcycle, it's fine. And then there are the other units of dash cams. They look like they have these TFT screens that you plug into the front of your motorcycle. And I don't doubt that they have cool features like navigation, sync music to your phone. At a touch of a button, you can take a photo of the scenery or whatever it is. What I do not want is my dash to be just cluttered with devices. Here in Singapore, we have to use this thing called an OBU, onboard unit. It's mandatory for Singapore registered vehicles. And the new onboard units for motorcycles is so big. It takes up so much space. Honestly, it's not cool. I wish they made it a bit smaller, sleeker. We're happy to use it. It's convenient, but it doesn't need to be this big. The Innovv K6, which is the unit that I want, front and back camera, it records 2K front camera and 1080p rear camera. But the cool thing is that the recorder itself, as well as the SD card housing, is all within the front camera. So if I plan to go on holiday for a while and I do not need a motorcycle, I can just take out my SD card quickly to be used for other purposes. Maybe I have a Insta360, and so I think that would be the way to go for a sports bike. Most of y'all will know that sports bikes do not have much space under the seat, so you need to save as much space as possible. Therefore, I will go with the Innovv K6. Hopefully, because you're viewing this video, the video kind of looks okay. It's not an action cam, don't expect it to be. It's a backup recording device for vlogging. I do intend to upgrade to maybe a DJI for vlogging purposes later on. Alright, right now I am on the BKE, soon to enter the PIE. I've been riding for I think 10 minutes now, and I gotta say, again, not once has the bike urged me to really go really fast. I told you before, I've ridden multiple motorcycles, nowhere near the power that this bike has. So I was intimidated. I thought that maybe riding this bike means you're fast all the time, go, go, go. But not at all. I'm literally cruising in an aggressive position on a sports bike. Okay, one thing about the riding position of this Hayabusa, it's not that aggressive. I'm tall for an Asian, 6 foot 1 inch, and so when I sit upright, I get a lot of wind in my chest, which I am getting right now, I'll admit. But that's not the bike's fault. Nevertheless, I'm comfortable. I'm not traveling at very, very high speeds. I'm just doing the normal 90, 80s of the highways. So I'm on the PIE now. Ooh, nice, nice. Okay. And I'm just cruising around in 6th gear. And I will be taking, I don't know the name of that road, but it's the one that ends up in 6th Avenue. Here we go. You want Ingneo Ave. I'm about to take a very wide corner. So let's see how that feels. Reducing speeds. Oh yeah, heavy. Counter steering into the corner. I'll go into 3rd gear, a bit more torque control. Oh, okay. So you feel much confident in 3rd gear while doing this cornering. Exit in the corner. Whoa. Okay, I was a bit naughty. A very nice cooling night, I suppose, after these weird storms. I don't know what it is. I guess I'm in my mind, sports bikes equals loud and very fast. You know, my brother, he rode all kinds of liter bikes. He started off with a 600, and then he bought a Innovv K6. Wow, that bike was a beast, man. Beautiful bike. And they were obviously fast, but also loud. Like, he used to go home and you could tell that he's coming home. You could tell that he's just around the corner because you could hear the bike coming. And I'm talking about maybe 400 meters away, 400, 500 meters away. And I've seen vloggers with liter bikes, and when they accelerate, you can really hear that sound from the exhaust pipes. But for this Hayabusa, it's very bassy. It's not intrusive. It's kind of gentlemanly in a way. It's not boisterous. Should I go into A mode today? Maybe another day. I am now in Bukit Timah. It's a nice place. Lots of beautiful, beautiful, good class bungalows over here, which I will never be able to afford. And I don't know what's going on, but there are potholes along this road. Expensive postcode, but poorly maintained roads. Hopefully they're not doing anything bad to my bike. It's unusual because in Singapore, in general, road quality is very good. Okay, 3rd gear, traffic light, just casually cruising along. Yeah, so it's not jittery at traffic lights. Again, I will do another video talking about fuel consumption. I don't know if anyone wants to hear about that, because let's face it, you don't buy a sports bike thinking about fuel consumption. It's going to cost you a lot. King Albert Park, you know, driving schools in Singapore do not allow you to go into neutral when you're driving along in the circuit, and especially when you're stopped at a traffic light, you're supposed to be in first gear. The idea is that should something come up behind you, you're just ready to go. And I get it, you should always be prepared, but really, if something is going to crash at high speed into you, will you be able to react on time? I love this area, Beauty World. There is this street just not too far from here. They have like 2 ice cream parlors side by side. There's a very big Korean restaurant, family business that serves food in abundance. And there's lots of little cafes that I really enjoy. I enjoy my coffee, iced coffee. A good tart and a good croissant really makes my day. Okay, so when I bought this motorcycle, it already came with this Akrapovic twin exhaust pipe setup. For those of you who don't know, or you're not from Singapore, exhaust pipe have to be certified. You need the license for your exhaust pipe as well. What does this mean? If you buy a motorcycle today, brand new, and you change its exhaust pipe, you need to register that new exhaust pipe. And how to do that? You go to a STA or Vicom. But not just that, you need to have certification from the exhaust pipe's manufacturer to state that the exhaust pipe is intended for this motorcycle. So you need that document, and you need to pay a small fee to get the exhaust pipe registered. The registration is a one-time thing unless you change exhaust pipes again. However, now those are the to-do list for a consumer. But what if you're someone selling the exhaust pipe? Firstly, obviously you need to have a business. In your business, when you bring in this exhaust pipe, you need the exhaust pipe, the manufacturer's certification, and you need to go to an LTA endorsed laboratory to get that exhaust pipe tested for emissions as well as for sound. Maybe other tests as well, I'm not too sure, but that's the gist. The idea is that this exhaust pipe is not going to cause a nuisance and not going to cause unnecessary pollution. So there is a lot of red tape just for a simple exhaust pipe. Now, I see videos of people all around the world, as soon as they get their bikes, change exhaust. So what should happen if you buy a motorcycle new and then you change the exhaust pipe immediately? You could potentially be stopped by an LTA officer, and they will ask to see your exhaust pipe's registration. Someone can even report you if they suspect that you have an unlicensed exhaust pipe, which really sucks. And so that is your first time offense. You will be escorted the inspection centers to get that exhaust pipe certified. I don't know if they allow you to go and get it inspected the next day. You probably could, because if you're riding at night, the inspection center will be closed. And do not try and do it again. First time offenders, if you're totally ignorant of it, you're just given a warning. But if you're a second time offender, this is no joke. This is Singapore. You can get fined a lot of money, which will cost a lot more than the exhaust pipe itself. So is it all worth it? Exhaust pipes are expensive. Carbon fiber exhaust pipes are very expensive. They're lighter than stock usually, which is why people go for them, and they produce a nicer sound. So there you go. That's why I chose this particular model, because it already comes with the certified exhaust pipe. I'm about to pull into my street right after this traffic light. Alright, this has been Bex Bikes SG. Thank you for joining me on my ride. Good night and ride safe.